The book also calls this finding unknowns. Finding unknowns. And you've done problems like this, but I am going to ask that you change and do things like this. Here's the problem. 5n equals 21. First things first, what this really means is 5 times what number is 21? Which would be a lot easier to figure out if it just said 5 times what number is 20, because obviously that's 4, but it doesn't. This is a multiplication equation, because you could write it like this, 5 times n equals 21. But in math, we shorten and just put the letter next to the number, and that means you multiply. And the way that you solve a multiplication equation, you probably already know that, is you have to divide. And the way that you're going to show that from here on in is, first of all, you're going to write the equation down. Then you're going to do this. To get the answer, you are going to divide both sides by whatever's next to the m. Okay? It's going to look like that on your paper. 5 divided by 5, just like that whole factor, when you prime factors out, you got the same thing on top, same thing on bottom. They actually just cross off, and they're gone, and you're left with just the m. This is your answer, and except unfortunately, you have to actually do the math in this. How many times does 5 go into 21? 4, and we'll leave it as a fraction, 4 1/4. That would be your answer. All multiplication equations are going to be done. Did I do something wrong? Sorry, 5 1/5. I always know a lot of people raise their hand all at once there. 5 1/5, or 5 1s, whichever way you want to look at that. Another example would be with decimals. 0.3m equals, let's see what we have here, 0.24. You gotta make sure when we do this, we keep our decimals kind of straight here. Again, this is a multiplication one. 0.3 times what number is 24? And I want to see it done the same way. You're going to divide by 0.3. That goes away. You cross that off. You're going to divide this by 0.3. And then you probably have to do that division problem out, where it's 0.3 divided into 0.24. Some of us still struggle with decimal division here. What do I have to do there? Jaden, shoot.
Bring up the decimal.
Not yet, I don't.
Or 7 times 3 is in the.
Not yet, I don't. Drew?
Move the decimal over how many times.
Move that so it's out of there. Then once I do that, Jaden, I bring up the decimal. It should go right there. 3 doesn't go into 2, so there's no number over top of that 2. 3 goes into 24 8 times. So this is what the letter m equals. M equals 0.8. Isn't that relatively excited? Now, what happens if they do this? 0.8 equals 0.5x. Please don't let the book confuse you. Okay, whether the x is on this side or the x is on this side, you are still dividing by what's in front of the x. You always want the x to be by itself, so you say x equals something. So you are going to divide by 0.5. You are going to divide by 0.5. And hopefully you can get that straight. What number goes on the outside when you do that division there, Riley?
On the outside, 0.5.
What's that?
8.
What's that?
0.8.
Riley sounds a bit unsure of which it would be. Which one is doing the dividing here? Is it 0.8 divided by 5, or is it 0.5 divided by 8.8? Yeah?
0.8 divided by 5, 0.5.
So which one goes on the outside?
The one on the outside is 0.5.
The one on the outside is the 0.5. 1 on the inside is the 0.8. Same thing is true, I need to move this decimal here, move this decimal here, bring it straight up. 5 goes into 8 once. No remainders, no fractions with decimals, you have to keep moving it till it works out. 5 goes into 36 times. X equals 1.6. Questions or concerns? Looks like it'll be fun.